watched the riverboats crisscrossing the wide waterway below. Like Nagasaki, Fukuoka, Nagoya, and Edo, Osaka made for an impressive port city. As an immortal who had traveled half the world, I could see why the islands of Japan held such a strong appeal for the Europeans wishing to expand their trading routes to the Pacific, foremost among them the increasingly powerful Dutch East India Company. Splashes of color drew my gaze to the wharfs and docks lining the closest bank. Dyed banners and painted lanterns dotted the walls and terraces of the houses and shops crowding the water's edge. I had been told of the upcoming Tenjin Matsuri by the Kyoto merchant who gave me directions to Osaka. An annual festival dating back over 800 years to the Heian period, the Tenjin Matsuri was dedicated to a local patron god of learning and art and was apparently celebrated with great zeal by the Osakans over a period of 2 days. I had a good feeling about the upcoming festivities. I could not help but sense that my long-held goal of becoming Musashi Miyamoto's apprentice was finally within reach. Of course, I had been wrong about that before. After my 5th defeat at Musashi's hands in Edo 9 months ago, I had shadowed the Miyamotos while they traveled across Japan as part of the samurai's ongoing Musha Shogyo, a warrior's pilgrimage similar to that undertaken by medieval knights to prove their chivalry. I challenged the man to a duel 4 more times and lost every single one of those matches.
"This is becoming a tedious routine, Sor-san,"
said Musashi the last time we fought. The man thrust his sword into the scabbard in his belt and folded his arms across his chest.
"Why do you still choose to pursue this hopeless dream? Most people would have given up after their first defeat."
I wiped my bloodied lips and pressed a hand against the shallow cut he had inflicted on my shoulder.
"I am not most people, Miyamoto-dono. Besides, your reputation precedes you. You're one of the greatest sword masters alive in the world today. As such, I want you to teach me all that you know."
Musashi frowned.
Why? What is it that you want to achieve with these skills?"
I hesitated.
"I want to learn how to survive the battles that will come my way."
Musashi had watched me warily then. For the first time since I met him, I felt he had glimpsed my unearthly nature. I was born in Prague in 1560, the half-breed son of a Bastion and a Crovier, 2 races of immortals who have walked the earth since the dawn of mankind and possess the capacity to survive 16 deaths. 2 races forbidden from union that might result in offspring deemed an abomination. Knowing I carried a death sentence from the moment of my conception, my parents fled the immortal societies and hid from the men assigned to execute me. Shortly after my 10th birthday, they finally tracked us down. That day, the hunters murdered my father and mother before my very eyes, and I suffered my first death. How I escaped further deaths and survived?